Hi, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV, and we are thrilled to have today, super excited to have Dr. Partha Nandi with us. Hi, Dr. Partha Nandi, how are you?
Angel, pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Please, anytime. It's a pleasure to have you here. So that you know, Dr. Nandi is a practicing physician, and his TV show reaches more than 200 million homes every day. So what is your mission that you are able to reach that?
Thank you, Angel. You know, you're very kind. What I want to do is give people the ability, give them the tools to live the best life. And a lot of people think, well, if my pocketbook is fat, meaning I have a lot of money, that's it. But really, it's more than that. And my job is to show them that, yes, you need some economic stability, but really I want to give them the tools for wellness and health and happiness of the real kind. And I want to be able to have every person on the planet be able to at least understand how to do it.
And how, when you started this, where did you start from?
You know, I'm from a city called Detroit, Michigan, where we call it Motor City, where all the cars are made, right? And so the thing that started, two things have happened in my life that made me go on this journey. One is I nearly died when I was 6 years of age, and I had rheumatic heart disease. And the rheumatic heart disease, Angel, I realized that my parents, my mother and my father, and the doctor, Chandrasekhar, advocated for me to save my life. So that got me into medicine. And I was practicing medicine. Then my biggest hero, my dad, had a devastating stroke about 10 years ago. And then I realized, while taking care of him, that there's so many things that I need to teach others that I learned from taking care of my dad. You know, I was a physician and I was happy and successful in my practice, but there's things I did not know that I thought people need to know about prevention, about advocating for people. And that's what began my journey. So I love the fact I can talk to patients one-on-one, but I said, how can I then reach more to give them the same information that people desperately need? Because there's so much lack of knowledge about health. So that's what started it. I started in one station in Detroit, Michigan, and now, as you said, we've been successful with the same message of giving people the power, empowering them with information, real knowledge, and simple ideas. It's very important to me that it's simple and not complicated, because the moment it's complicated, nobody's going to do it, right? So I try to make it as simple as possible. But so that's how we started. That's why I started, and I feel like it's something that becomes a calling, a mission, a purpose to us. You know, my wife and I, Callie, really wake up every day. We don't just roll out of bed. We jump out of bed because we know that we're making a difference in people's lives. You know, that's worth more than anything, any money, cars, houses, all that put together.
You started talking about your childhood. How good of a job do you think that in America, or maybe in the world in general, do we do with our kids as far as wellness and health goes?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I don't think we do a good job. I think what we're doing is abandoning two portions of our population, right? The very young and the very old, because they take time, right? They take attention. So now in the Western world, and now the whole world is starting to become like that, is that we want to not take care of our kids, because if we take care of our kids, it takes us away from our real goals, it seems like, right? To work and have wealth. So I think we're not teaching our kids what it really means to have wellness, to have purpose. One of the best things that happened to me, Angel, in the last 5 years, my son, my 4-year-old, he had, in the US, we have these things called Fritos, you know, I'm sure they have it all over the world, of corn chips. And he looked at me and he says, Baba, is this healthy? And I said, that's it. You know, when you can teach your children what is the right thing to do and give them the tools, they will thrive. At 4, that's what he's doing. What's he going to do at 40? So to answer your questions, we need to take a step back and realize what our biggest successes are, and that's our children. If we can give our children the tools, they will just fly. And if they fly, they're our future, right? I mean, if we have a planet full of these soldiers, little people that have the best ideas, not about how to wage war or how to have conflict, but rather have great ideas of empowerment, of real happiness and health. That's what it's all about.
You've been mentioning the word tool consistently in our conversation. What would be those main tools that you teach, or you could teach parents so that they could do a better job?
Absolutely. The main thing is, I think, is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is love. You have to give the child unconditional love, right? The biggest thing that happens as a physician, you know, their brain is developing at an exponential rate. So when you give that child that belonging and the feeling of love, then what they get from that is the nurturing. It's almost like taking a plant and watering and giving it food. Love is the most important thing. The second one is giving them the basic nutritional tools, right? It's not going to your restaurant and giving them whatever things that they process, but give them real whole foods. Teach them how to eat vegetables. Teach them how to prepare your foods. We cook with our family every day. We have them prepare the food because I want them to know what it's about. I have them shop with me and say, what's your favorite vegetable? And when they pick it, I say, this is why it's good for you. Oh, so now my kids, we eat cauliflower, broccoli. Do they have some candy? Of course, sometimes they do, but nutrition is important. I also tell them at a young age, why are you doing this? What is the purpose? They may not fully understand, but I give them the basic tools of what it is, the why. Why did you hit that boy? What did he make you feel that made you hit them? Could you have talked to him instead? You're beginning to give them those tools. And then I ask them to be able to understand the importance of family. Above all, right? Your tribe. And how to support each other. And the two boys, I have a 4-year-old and 6-year-old, and they fight like mad, right? It seems like sometimes they're going to kill each other. But I tell them, throughout your life, you're always going to have each other and your family, and you'll have friends. But remember that, above all, is that your tribe is really important. Support each other, understand what it's about. So I give them those tools. I call them the pillars, the 5 pillars of purposefulness, nutrition, movement, spirituality, and tribe. I give them at a young age. But circling all that is love. If you don't have love, if they don't feel that they're loved, something happens to them. Physiologically, meaning that their health will suffer. And we see it all the time.
Is there something that keeps you up at night, Dr. Nandi?
Lots of things keep me up at night. What keeps me up most at night is the amazing amount of toxicity we're developing on our planet, right? Because they can't see it. Like if you see a big monster coming at you, you say, that's a monster. But what they don't realize is what's happening to so much of the world with the poisoning of the food, right? With processed foods taking over. Also, the fact that we have engineered movement out of our lives, meaning that you sit in your car, you sit in your desk, you're doing everything. So, two main things is that the toxicities in our environment. I have 29-year-olds that come to me with cancer now, which didn't happen before. I mean, something is changing, and we need to increase the consciousness of the world to say we need to do something about it. And there's simple tools that you can do to reverse these techniques. And it's just advocacy and understanding the knowledge.
Every single day we have literally millions of people that are watching our shows on Mindalia TV.
Yes.
We would definitely like to know, how can our audience find you?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. They can go to our website, askdrnandi.com. So askdrnandi.com. We're on Facebook at Partha Nandi MD and Instagram, and you can always message me any questions you have. But I love them to watch and then in their own community take action in a small way, especially the young people, but everybody.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure to have Dr. Nandi here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr.
it.
Nandi. And thank you very much to everybody watching us today. And it's been a pleasure to be with you from Mindalia TV. Thank you very much.